morning, everyone. Today is Friday, April 22nd. I'm Marv Eisen of Timeless Dollar, and we begin today, as we do every day, looking at the economic calendar to see if there are going to be any market-moving announcements. And today, Friday, April 22nd, there are two announcements just after the market is due to open, neither one of which is going to move the market. And as you all know, I start the day looking at the economic calendar every day, and I tell you to do the same thing. And yesterday, on April 21st, at 1 p.m., the Fed Chair Jerome Powell was set to speak on the global economy. Now, I made a previous video with the title, When the Fed Chairman Speaks, Listen. So this was at 1 p.m. yesterday, and I'm going to get to this in a minute. When the Fed Chairman speaks, listen. So let's move over now to the morning news. And looking at CNBC, futures are in the red, not highly in the red, but in the red. Oil is about where it's been, just over 100. And the U.S. 10-year Treasury is trading just about below 3%. That's going to go up. But nevertheless, let's move over to the market. Now, I'm going to show you my trading zone and market for yesterday. Here was my trading zone, okay? Here was the open, right over here at 44.94. And as most of you know, in the first few minutes of the morning, the market is going to move in up and down directions to try to establish an overall direction. And of course, this is also the market playing games, trying to trip up the newbies. I typically try to wait this out, especially when the indicators and my trading zone are counter to what I'm seeing in the price. Price is always king, remember that. But nevertheless, first thing in the morning, the trend is not being determined yet, or it's not going to be revealed to you. So by 10 o'clock, the trend started to set in and traded from the resistance number of my trading zone, 44.93, down, 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 down. Closed the gap from Wednesday, okay? Closed the gap. So another gap trade was successful, and then traded down to my calculated support at 44.45, and bounced around at 44.45 for almost a half an hour, and then broke through that level a bit. And this was at the 1 p.m. This was just before 1 p.m., 12:48. Note the time, 12:48, okay? And this was just prior to the time that Chairman Powell was about to speak. Always listen when Chairman Powell speaks. And by the way, when the Fed Chairman speaks, it's a good idea to take risk off. In other words, don't have any trades working at the time, because what he says is highly likely to move the market. And so what happened at 1 o'clock or thereafter when he said his thing? Now remember, the day up until 1 o'clock, from 9:30 to 1, very successful in terms of those who subscribe to my trading zone report. And if you're not one of them, you really should be. So the chairman spoke, and of course, I take my trades off. I did very nicely yesterday, as did my subscribers. And the chairman spoke right about here, and at 1:30, the market digested what he said. And after what he said, this is what the market did, okay? This is what the market did. And ended 57 points lower than when he started his speech, okay? So always listen to what the chairman says. But of course, there was no way of knowing that his speech would set in motion this kind of a market decline. And by the way, what he said was, in May, next month, the Federal Reserve is likely to raise interest rates, but that wasn't the news. What he said that made the news and that caused this decline was that the Fed was likely to raise rates by 50 basis points, which is 0.5%. Very large rate increase comparable to typical rate increases. Now, remember, the trend is your friend. Here was the trend, okay? And it was predicted by what? By my trading zone. So if you're smart, you'll head over to my site at timelessdollar.com and pick up a subscription to a trading zone. Try it for free for a week, okay? For free. Did I say free? Free is F-R-E-E-E-E, free. I give this away for a week to you for free, just to try it out, to see how accurate it is. I find it to be very accurate, and my subscribers find it to be very accurate, and that's why they subscribe. But nevertheless, if you can find the trend on your own, great. Trade the trend. The trend is your friend. So that's my video for today. Marv Eisen from Timeless Dollar. Trade safely, use a lot of patience, find the trend, profit, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.